I think this is it. This is my life. High stress state. I don't want my whole life to become just medicine. Do you want to find another profession? I found something that I was good at. I have to live a better, happier, healthier life. In 4 years, I'm not going to be the person that I want to be. In a way, I felt trapped. And I was like, no, that's not how I want to live my life. But I also want to know that I'm living happily as I'm doing it. Everyone thinking this is okay to live life this way, it's not okay. Hello everyone. So this is gonna be a sit-down chat with you guys. What I wanted to talk about today is the reason why I decided to take a break from medicine. I worked as a doctor for 2 years. It was in emergency medicine specifically. So I just wanted to talk about what led me to take this decision and how I came to decide this. I know at the time when I was going through what I was going through and I was thinking a lot about things and what I want in life and purpose in life and the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, I know it was so hard for me to find people around me that can understand what I was going through so they can give me advice or guidance. I want to make this video so hopefully if someone is going through what I was going through or just doubt or questioning the path you're on or questioning how you're feeling, you think you're alone, you think no one is feeling the way you're feeling, I hope this video kind of gives you a little bit of a guidance and makes you think and makes you understand that you're not really alone, and hopefully it helps you navigate through what you're feeling. So when I started, I decided to go for emergency medicine. So it was non-training, it wasn't a residency training program. So it's non-training, you're just working as a doctor, there's no training involved, nothing. And that was my first year. In the beginning, you're navigating through figuring out how to do this job well, the kind of responsibility you have and how to basically make sure you don't hurt a patient. For a whole year, I was basically in that state of mind. Just go, do your 8 hours, make sure you're doing everything good, you're doing everything right, you're doing by the book, and you just want to get through the 8 hours or whatever the shift is and go home and just be like, you can breathe now. So for a whole year, I was in that very high stress state. And the way I felt burnout halfway through the year, you know, they talk about burnout a lot before you start the job, but when you experience it for the first time, when you experience burnout for the first time, you don't know what's wrong. Burnout is not the first thing that comes to mind. It was not the first thing that came to mind. I was just like, I don't know what's wrong. I think this is it. This is my life. There's no joy. I was sleeping 14 hours a day on my days off, 14, 15. I would literally wake up in the middle and feel like, what am I gonna get up to do? Like, what's the point? Let's just go back to sleep. And I would go back to sleep. And then I wake up, just try to go sleep another 2 hours. It was very, very depressing. And I felt depressed. Work, eat, sleep, wake up. That's all I was doing every day. And I used to think in the beginning, well, you know, I'm still getting used to the job. It's a lot of work. It's emergency. It's natural that I feel exhausted and I just need to like recharge my energy. That was my thought process. I thought that's why I'm sleeping this many hours. And then when I wake up, I'm just like, no, I don't have energy to spend time with my family, my friends, even just like do something that I like or enjoy. It was non-existent. I had nothing existing outside of work except eating and sleeping. That was my life. And when I wake up, I go on the couch and watch TV and do nothing else. Just like on the couch for hours and hours, and then I go back to sleep and then wake up. Not even be on my phone, not even talk to my family, not even make plans with friends, not even go into the gym, nothing. Just stare at the TV with no emotions, nothing. And I got scared. I was like, okay, I'm either depressed or burnt out. I need to figure it out so I know how to deal with it, and just so I don't get in a even further and darker place. I was okay, I need to talk to someone. I find a therapist. So after 5 sessions, like she said, go on vacation. Take yourself out of this job. Just go somewhere and take time off and see how you feel. So I did that. Luckily, I had a vacation like 2-3 weeks from that session. And so I went on vacation, I came back, and I was better. I felt better, but I was still not fully myself. Let me tell you exactly what I was feeling. I genuinely felt like I don't see happiness and joy in my future anymore. I don't see it. Nothing made me feel happy. The things I like to do, didn't even want to do it anymore. It was a really, really bad place in my life. That's it. That's what work is, and that's what life is. And everyone is doing it. You see consultants and fellows and all of these people are doing it for years. Whenever I would talk to a senior, they're like, yeah, burnout happens to all of us. You just gotta roll with it, take time off, and then you go back into this and it's fine, and it's just, you'll feel it again, and then you take time off and that's it. And I'm like, but then this is the reality. This is what life is now. Now, the second year, I changed hospitals. Maybe the hospital is the problem. Now I have a whole different group of people where I can ask them about the future in this profession and how they feel, and like take advice and guidance and all of that. But it was kind of the same. In the second year now, I was in an official residency program for emergency medicine. We go to lectures, we do a lot more academic activities than what you would do in a non-training position. You have studying, you have to do a lot of other things on the side other than just the job itself, going to the hospital and working and coming home. So they understand that you have a lot to juggle and a lot to balance. The demand of the job is a lot less than a non-trainee. So things were a lot better in the job itself. So that helped clear my head a little bit and take time to only think about, what do I want to do now? What's next in my life? Because what bothered me the most is I really, really couldn't see something good and happy happening in my future. So in the second hospital, when I saw things are kind of the same, what I wanted is someone to tell me, like, it's gonna be okay. It actually gets better. And not just gets better work-wise, but your life will get better. The quality of your life will get better. How you feel will get better. Like, I wanted something more. I don't want my whole life to become just medicine. As much as I genuinely found something in it that is joyful for me, there was something in the job itself that was satisfying in a way. For me, my favorite part was my interaction with the patients. I loved seeing how I can just talk to a patient and just tell them a few things to make them calm and reassured, and you just see that transition in their face. And I loved seeing how their demeanor kind of like calms down, their facial expression changes, they smile at you a little bit, and it's like, that was seriously my favorite part. Especially the second hospital I worked in was a tertiary hospital. It had a lot more complicated cases. So we see cancer patients, we see transplant patients, and cardiac patients. You receive really, really sick patients that come into the ER. What I was really good at is making them feel calm and reassured and hurt. Honestly, just human interaction. I enjoyed connecting with people, and that was where I found my joy at the job. I found something good in there, and I found something fulfilling. And then I'd go back home and I was like, okay, so Dr. Nouf, the mask is off now. Now me, as an individual, just me, not a doctor, just me. I didn't know what I was. I didn't know what else is there for me to enjoy or to do or to feel happy or joyful about. I don't want my identity to just be a doctor. That's not enough for me. And that's like the thing that I was thinking about a lot. I was like, okay, I love this part of the job. That's good. I think I can do that well. But I don't want my whole life to just be into the identity of just a doctor, and then I'm molded into that and I play the role even in my personal private life. There's a lot more. And when I was younger, I was this like big personality and happy and joyful, and I was really, really creative, and I wanted to do so many crazy things, and I feel like all of that was gone. That bothered me. Everyone around me in my life was saying, like, you've changed. I've changed to a much more serious person. And yeah, it works in the job. It's perfect. It makes me do my job well. I'm professional. I take care of my patients. I do my best. I learn. I go home. But then when I go home, what's there? That was the part that bothered me. I had nothing. I didn't feel joy in anything. I tried activities, I tried hanging out with friends, I tried making new friends. I'm trying to hold on to my old friendships and keep them, let alone make new friends and spend time with them. And it's just a lot of energy that needs to go there that I don't have. I was like, okay, let's jump into hobbies. Let's find me a hobby. When I tell you I tried everything, I took piano lessons, I took some sketching lessons, I took some design lessons, designing clothes. I did, I think, like 4 or 5 things, okay? I tried different hobbies. I tried to get my mind off of things, so something that would take me out of, something else just makes me feel stimulated and happy and excited. But it just didn't work. And I was like, you know what? Let's read books. Books used to make me really happy. Let's try that. I got on Amazon. I literally ordered like 15 books from Amazon. And I stacked them like near my bed. And I was like, okay, we're gonna read. We're gonna start reading. And they were all like fiction, novel. I got so many different kinds of genres just to I wanted to genuinely just feel something. The first one I remember reading was The Wind-Up Bird Chronicles by Murakami, which his writing is beautiful because that book did help me feel better. That's the beginning story of me feeling better. That book really helped me feel better. I was like, okay, great. Reading worked. We feel better. Let's just feel better for now. That's all I need to do. Let's just feel better. I don't want to know what the future is. I don't care. Let's just feel better. Honestly, that's where you should start. Find any hobby, anything that will just make you feel better. We don't understand that, and that goes for every job. When you do the job for so long, you do it for a long time, you're going to work, you're coming back home, you take care of your family, your house, you cook dinner or you eat, or if you're single, you don't have a family, you come, you cook your own dinner, just watch TV. Whatever it is, you fall into a routine that routine makes you feel the same feelings every day. And only those feelings. Whatever feelings your job makes you feel, whatever feelings you feel when you're at home, doing what you do at home, you only feel that. So you only feel these emotions. And I think that is a problem. You're just living life like a straight line. And that is natural, it happens. But I think as human beings, I don't think it's natural for us to feel a certain type of emotions, and then with time it becomes, that's it, that's the set of your emotions that you feel. They're here. You don't go outside of it unless you go on a vacation, which is like once a year or twice a year. You go on a vacation, you're like, yay, happy, I feel better, something new, great. You go back to work, you're back to the same box of all these emotions. That's not healthy. We need to go through emotions and feel things. The best way that I found to feel that was by finding a hobby that will stimulate these emotions. I'm trying to get the idea across. So just to explore different passions, explore hobbies. Reading worked out for me, and slowly things kept getting better. When you feel better, you start to feel like yourself. You start to listen to your like inner dialogue, and you're like open to that conversation. It's flowing better. I think it makes sense, but probably you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, okay, let's now have a talk about what do we want to do in our life? Is this something you want to do for life? Do you want to find another profession? I was so open to everything. It takes a while. It's not like something you ask yourself once and you get the answer. Just you have to keep looking for the answer. I played with different scenarios and different ideas in my head. I knew one thing is I found something that I was good at, which is connecting with people. So I was like, I don't want to stop doing that. I want to keep doing that. I want to keep connecting with people. Especially if I want to connect with someone, what's better than connecting with a patient that genuinely needs that connection? And I was like, that I like. So, okay, that was the first step. I needed to know what I was doing at the moment. Is it working for me or not? No, you have to keep searching and thinking. I have to live a better, happier, healthier life with an outlook where I'm just seeing like, okay, good and better things are going to keep coming to me. And I know that. And I want to carry that energy and that joy and that belief in me and just go through life and feel that good. And I wasn't feeling that. And I was like, okay, we need to know what the problem is and how can we find a solution. When I say I was asking everyone I could ask because I was in search of someone who can see life the way I was seeing it. In my case, it was really hard. I couldn't find that person. Sometimes to make big life decisions, you need to ask multiple people, and you need to come to terms with whatever decision you're making on your own. And that requires a lot of thinking. Now, how can we feel better about our future? It took me some time. And I realized the reason I was not happy where I was in my life, it's because I was comfortable. I was very, very comfortable. I was in a residency spot that so many people would die for, in a great hospital that people would die to get a residency spot in. I had great colleagues. It was good. It was good. It just was not enough for me. I didn't feel challenged. I didn't feel like the place I was in was gonna help me reach my full potential. My medical career will grow if I stay in this position. I'm practicing well. I have a great exposure in that hospital. I'm being taught really well. I have great teachers, great mentors. But me as a person will probably not grow. I was not going to be a better version of myself. I was not going to reach my full potential. And growing is really important to me. And I just saw this comfort, and I saw my future like in 4 years, and I realized in 4 years I'm not going to be the person that I want to be. And that was what woke me up. Comfort I felt was not in a good way. I felt scared. I felt like this is it. And in a way I felt trapped, and that scared me. I needed to make sure that I grow as an individual as well. I needed to learn life and explore it and work on every aspect that is me as a friend, as a sister, as a daughter, and improving my relationship with myself. I needed to step away because I wasn't happy. Yes, I was comfortable, but I was not happy and was not satisfied. So I needed to get back to myself. I felt like, okay, for 2 years, I've honestly been unfair to who I am, or to my family, or to my friends. I felt that part of my life was not growing the same speed as I was medically, and only focus on me, Nouf, the doctor, to improve and grow, and just forget everything else that I am and put it on pause. It just didn't feel right. I'm pausing my joy and my own happiness and my own just comfort and content and like my own peace of mind to finish this program, and then I can be back to my life and see what I like to do and see where I want to travel, try this hobby and to experience this. Like, it was just not fair to do to myself. Who can guarantee that after 4 years that you will be with the same energy, the same health, the same, you'll have, like, no one can guarantee, no one knows what the future is. So why am I pausing everything? What if after 4 years it's too late? We don't know what the future holds. And honestly, like, it is a cliche, but like, life is short. And even when it's long, it's short. Just think about it, like, look back and you'll think like, wow, how time went by so quickly. Imagine when you're 80 or 90, you lived a long, happy, healthy life, but you'll still look back and say, wow, it went by so quickly. That's when I decided I needed a year off. I think this year has improved my relationship with my family, improved my relationship with myself so much. I let something go that was not fair to do to myself. So why am I choosing to live my life for 4 or 5 years tolerating the life I'm living, just waiting for the moment that I've finished those 4 years and then now I can live? You're not living your life then. That was my issue. Everyone around me kept saying, oh, you'll do this 1 more year and then the last year I'm not gonna feel it, and then this year. But you're basically telling me, just tolerate it. And then you can do whatever you want. That's 4 years of your life tolerating life. And I was like, no, that's not how I want to live my life. I want to genuinely be happy at where I'm at now. It's not the end goal. It's the journey. That's the life we're living. Yes, my goal here is to get board certified and to improve my career and grow in my career. But I also want to know that I'm living happily as I'm doing it. At that moment, I was like, I am not happy. So I need a break. I need time off, because everyone thinking this is okay to live life this way, it's not okay. And that's when I was like, I need to step away and take a moment and reflect on everything and I want to make sure that anything I'm doing in life, I'm doing it happily. Residency, work, family, kids, it's the journey that you need to make sure you're happy in. It's not the destination. The destination is not always, it doesn't always make you happy. When you think like, once I get this thing, I will start living my life and be happy. But then what is it you're doing now? What you're living now is life. That's the time it's giving to you, and that's the time that's guaranteed to you. It's now. You're not guaranteed an hour from now. You're not guaranteed a day from now or 2 days from now. No one knows what could happen. So why are you waiting for this goal to be like, I don't know, a week, a month, year, 2, 5 from now? You're waiting for that goal to live. I want to also say one thing. Ask around constantly. Don't stop. Get advice. Get perspective. Whether the advice kind of follows what you think or it doesn't, just get an idea. And then also that will help you to find people who think like you. And then they can be like your people, your go-to when you need advice and when you need help. One thing when you do that, you have to keep in mind is that no matter what you hear from people, no matter what advice you get, you have to go out there yourself and get those answers yourself at some point. There's so many reasons why people can give you that advice, and it all comes down to it's their own experience. Someone who might be older and just wants you to do what they did and just trying to influence you in a direction that is not good for you because they think that that's how the world should work. Or someone who's always been too scared to like just leave their house or take any risks, and they're just projecting that fear on you. In my case, like, oh, that'll be wasting a year of your life, and it's just 3 more years in this program and then you'll be done. And it's like their advice may be right, they might have a point, but I still chose to take this year off and to get that answer myself, because things may have gone in a certain way for someone. It may have worked out or not, but it could work out for you, and it may not also work out for you. At the end of the day, you made that decision with your heart content and your heart at peace with it. Whatever the result of that decision, you will be okay. Because you made that decision. You thought about it, you sat with it, you marinated it in your brain, and you were like, you know what? I've seen the good that could come out, and I've seen the bad that could come out. I still think I want to do this. I'll take whatever that will come out of this decision. I am making this decision myself. And you just go ahead and do it. You will be much more satisfied and much more content. You have to go find the answer yourself. There was a YouTube video, which I'm gonna link. I can't remember exactly, but that's how I always think about it. So there's a map. There's a really, really, really old map. The great-great-great-grandfather drew this map. And on this map, it said that there was a bridge in that specific area on that map. Now, this map went down to the grandfather, and then it was inherited down to the father, and then down to the son. And then the son was like, is there really a bridge there? The father was like, yeah, of course there's a bridge there. And my grandfather drew this. But it's like, maybe the bridge is no longer there. Maybe there's a building there. Maybe there's a house there. So many things could happen. And then he makes a decision based on this information that he had from like his grandfather that all of these generations just followed. It's been decades. Of course it's gonna change. The map is not gonna stay the same. The point of the story, which I'm gonna link the video, I always go back and think about this video. Go and get your answers yourself. People can push you and tell you all these advice and all these opinions. And it's like, but what do you wanna do? Is that good for you? Is it not? You have to come up with these answers yourself. It could work out and it could not work out. At the end of the day, it was your decision. It's how I felt. A lot of people were against me taking this year off. And I was like, no, I need it. Because I don't think living my life where I'm just only improving one aspect of myself without improving everything else, without experiencing life and having this time. I am a better person today because of this. Because of this time that I got for myself. It got dark now. I experienced so much in 1 year that I wouldn't have experienced in 4 years if I had stayed where I was at. Yes, after 4 years, I'd be board certified, but this whole experience I had in 1 year, I would have never had it. And who knows if I would be in the right circumstances, the right timing after 4 years. So I'm glad I got to have this experience now. So much I learned in 1 year. So much in 1 year. Just now thinking about it, it's insane. Like a lot of people were against this time that I took. And like, look at me now, I speak French and I can order at a restaurant and I can have cute little conversations with strangers in French. And it's like, just 1 year off did that for me. 1 year. Life is good. I'm happy how my relationships are with people, with my friends, with my family, with myself. And I managed to read a lot more books. I am cooking again because I used to like cooking. In the pandemic, I got into baking and all that. I'm doing that again. I am so glad I took that 1 year for myself. And I don't regret it one bit. When the timing is right, and the timing is now, and the opportunity presents itself, and it feels right, and it feels good, just take that opportunity, take that chance. And I'm glad I did. Go with what you believe is right for you, because honestly, life is really the journey. It's not the destination. And if you're having fun and you're feeling healthy and good and happy and content in the journey, the destination, then it's going to be a good place. That's how I think about it. And I hope this helped you. I'm feeling so happy. When I look back and I think where I was a year ago, I'm in a much better place. And I'm so happy that I chose to do that for myself. And yeah, there's a news that I'm going to share with you, but I'm not going to share it yet. I do plan to share it in let's say October. End of October, I'll share with you the news. But until then, thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I hope this video kind of helped a little bit. I'm still getting used to getting my points across the camera and talking to the camera and trying to articulate my thoughts and my feelings properly. And I just really, really hope this one did. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. If you can, write something in the comments. Let me know if this helped you. Let me know your story. If you have any questions, if you need any advice, honestly, if you don't want to write it in the comments, you have my email in the description. Send me an email. Let me know if you think it's something I can help you with. If there's a specific video, there's a specific topic you want me to talk about, please write it down in the comments. I would love to read it. I want to do more videos sitting down and talking to you. And yeah, I hope this one was good. Thank you again, and see you next time. Bye.